What's up guys, this is Carl. For today's episode, we are going to explore Magneto's origin story. Is he a villain or a hero? Maybe both? Let's find out. Magneto first appeared in X-Men issue number 1, released in September 1963. He was created by two of the legends in comic history, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Magneto was born as Max Eisenhardt. Magneto was raised by middle-class German Jewish parents, Jacob and Eddie Eisenhardt. Max's father, Jacob, was a decorated veteran who fought in World War I. The family were able to survive the Nazis' rise to power, the passing of Nuremberg laws, and Kristallnacht. However, they were captured during Germany's invasion of Poland. That was when the family was sent to the ghetto, or a city where the members of a minority group live. In the movie adaptation, we can also see somewhat of a World War scene here with a very young Magneto. His power has yet to mature or even show up during these days in the movie. So how did he become the Magneto? The Holocaust was a big factor in his origin. It shaped his perspective. All the cruelty in his past made him realize the real place of the mutants in their universe, which was always going to be a few levels below the humans. This sparked a rage in Magneto because he really wanted to protect the mutantkind from the humans' cruelty. He doesn't think twice to use deadly force to protect the former. Magneto also has this strong belief that the mutants or the Homo superior will rule the Earth eventually. He even plans to either create a homeland where mutants can live peacefully and then enslave humanity as punishment. Although Magneto hates humans in the comics, in reality, we'll have to collect him in statue form. Although Magneto is primarily considered a villain in the X-Men series, he has joined with Professor X and the X-Men several times, even becoming a hero in the process. In recent times, he's been called an anti-hero because he cares for mutants and protects them against humans at any cost. But I think the correct term is actually anti-villain and not anti-hero because Magneto is still portrayed as the bad guy in this story. However, even though his methods are unorthodox, he is portrayed as the bad guy. Most of his intentions are heroic and noble.
When will these people learn how to fly?
We've talked about Magneto's strong conviction to protect mutantkind, so how does he showcase his prowess to his enemies? First off, it's well known that Magneto is one of the most powerful mutants on Earth. It's not without any good reason. Magneto can control any object that has magnetic properties, or can even use metals to control object that doesn't have any magnetic properties as seen in the movie. Apart from being able to manipulate magnetism, he can also summon force fields and disable electronic devices. Not only that, but he can also manipulate organic iron, which he showcased in X-Men 2, X-Men United, when he broke out of his plastic and glass prison cell.
There it is. Too much iron in your blood.
Magneto is your metal god, alright, but he can control all metals. He has a hard time controlling the fictional metal, vibranium, unless it's not pure.
That's it made of. Vibranium.
But adamantium? Easy peasy. In the game Marvel vs. Capcom, Magneto has a lot more powers than what we can see in the movies. One of these is the electromagnetic or EM disruptor. He will fire an electromagnetic beam from his hand. Now I know it's hard to easily think of notable weakness since Magneto is very powerful, but he does have a few. One obvious weakness is non-metal sentinels or entities. Of course, without metals, he won't be able to control and defeat them. His other weaknesses are a bit strange. For example, while he has godlike powers, Magneto's brain can't always stand the strain of using his powers for lifting heavy objects for a long time. He also experiences mental fatigue if he fights against multiple enemies at the same time. As for non-physical weaknesses, he's known to have a soft spot for his children, That's why when Quicksilver tried to kill Magneto in X-Force and X-Factor, he almost succeeded. Wanda was also able to take her revenge at Magneto for killing his brother, Quicksilver. This is one of the things the MCU changed in the movie, because in the Avengers Age of Ultron, Quicksilver actually died by bullets when he saved Hawkeye.
You didn't see that coming.
And now, this origin episode wouldn't be complete without us talking about Magneto's relationship with Professor Charles Xavier, and the X-Men of course. Although they are Magneto's main enemies for the longest time, they do often find themselves on the same team. Professor X and Magneto have always had a complicated relationship, one that come to the crunch in X-Men issue number 25. After Magneto used a massive electromagnetic pulse to disable the whole Earth, the X-Men went against him. During the battle, Magneto ripped off the adamantium from Wolverine's skeleton. Because of that, Professor X wiped Magneto's mind. Professor X's doing made Magneto into a mindless husk for years. However, it was a double-edged sword. Professor X actually absorbed Magneto's evil and became Onslaught, an entity born out of the two mutants' merged consciousness. The X-Men heroes, of course, joined forces to take him down. So that's a wrap on our favorite X-Men villain, Magneto. Like and subscribe. This is Carl, and see you in the next one.